Yo, welcome everyone. The trap on Bitcoin is now set and we have just hit a major price target. In my opinion, this is not a good level to buy and let me show you why. First, you're going to see that Bitcoin is right now actually breaking a very important volume level straight towards the upside. Measuring the entire bottom price action with volume, you can right now see the upper volume level, the value area high at 91,600 US dollars is right now clearly getting a break towards the upside, which technically speaking, it is definitely going to be a bullish Bitcoin indication. However, Bitcoin right now also hit another important price target, just slightly higher, the daily high-term time frame area of resistance. And also, when we right now go with our Fibonacci retracement from the exact high back towards the exact low, we are going to right now go with our 0.786 Fibonacci retracement price target. And you're right now definitely going to see Bitcoin is at this specific time trading exactly at our Fibonacci level and also at our daily high-term time frame area of resistance. And right now logically thinking, okay, Bitcoin is right now getting a push towards the upside. Is this specific area a better level for us to fire a brand new long trade, or is it better for us to simply go with some kind of a short trade? In my opinion, of course, because we are at the area of resistance, it is always going to be better for us to look for another short or a sell position. Unfortunately, my short on Bitcoin is right now being in a very small loss. However, on the other hand, both of my long trades on XRP and also Bitcoin are right now being in a very nice profit, just in case Bitcoin is going to continue much higher towards the upside. But the reality right now is, I still want to be in my short trade in a case we are going to get some kind of a sign of weakness approximately at the area where we are as of right now. And later in the video, I'm even going to share with you the exact trading setup I'm right now paying attention to, where personally I'm going to be adding even more capital to my short trade, but only if there is going to be a sign of weakness. Now, the first some kind of a sign of weakness is when we start paying attention to our volume indicator on the daily time frame. I think you are going to agree with me, but definitely the entire time Bitcoin is right now trading at this specific area, volume has been going lower and lower and lower. And this right here is definitely right to saying to us, probably the entire move right here that is right now happening for over a month is some kind of a correction for Bitcoin before probably we are going to go even lower back towards the downside, at least for us to take the liquidity below our recent low. So that is right now why I am still approaching the chart slightly more carefully. I do remain in my long trades on Bitcoin and also on XRP, but also I'm right now still holding a short trade in a case we are going to get a sign of weakness, maybe even in the upcoming hours. Of course, also our trading bots have been performing very nicely right now with this entire price action we are right now forming for the past few weeks. The more choppy the price action, the better the bots are going to perform. The Bitcoin trading bot right now approximately 21% in a profit. The Ethereum trading bot right now also approximately 21% in a profit. So both of them have been performing very nicely. But what is right now going to be one very important thing I'm simply going to pay attention to when then of course we can say, okay, Bitcoin is getting a sign of weakness. Let's fire another short trade, not only on Bitcoin, also potentially on Ethereum. What we are right now going to do is actually very simply go with our fixed range volume profile once again, and we are going to measure again the entire bottom price action with volume. We can right now say, if we start closing the candles back below our value area high, back below 91,600 US dollars, it is going to be a sign of weakness for Bitcoin, bearish indication, and in this scenario, we can be looking for another push towards downside. Another bearish indication then is going to be if Bitcoin then is also going to go below the top of our horizontal range and do get some kind of an acceptance back in the range. Both of those indications are going to be a sign of weakness for Bitcoin, which at least as of right now we are not getting. That is why no, I am still waiting for me to add even more capital to my short trade on Bitcoin, and also that is why right now I am still waiting to fire another short trade on Ethereum, even though we are right now trading already at a very important area of resistance. You always need to know Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, all of the major altcoins usually are moving in the same direction as BTC. So if Bitcoin right now does continue higher, probably Ethereum is going to maybe even break our resistance level right here and going to also go even higher towards the upside. That is right now why I would really appreciate if you smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible. And of course also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let's right now also talk about more of a bullish scenario. What if Bitcoin does not get a rejection right here? What if I'm going to get stopped out on my short trade and we are going to go even higher towards the upside? Because very simply, let's pay attention to our exponential moving averages, not only on the 1 hourly but also on the 2 hourly and 4 hourly time frame. On the 1 hourly, definitely we are right now moving in a very nice uptrend. 50 EMA is above the 200 EMA, which is suggesting, okay, the gravity is pulling Bitcoin towards the upside. This right here is definitely a bullish Bitcoin indication. The exact same thing is right now also happening on the 2 hourly, but also on the 4 hourly, maybe even in the upcoming hours, we are going to get a bullish cross. And this right here is also going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. So if we are going to get a bullish cross right here on the 4 hourly, we can then definitely say, okay, on the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, and 4 hourly, Bitcoin is moving in an average uptrend, which of course simply means we might even be looking for much higher targets in the upcoming days. But once again, even if we are looking for higher targets, looking for buying positions at the area of resistance, in my opinion, is simply not a smart idea. When we are in an uptrend, we are then simply going to look and go with a long trade at the area of support. So even though right now, yes, we are going to be in an uptrend on every single time frame right here, looking for a buy where we are right now, because simply it is the area of resistance, in my opinion, is definitely not a good thing. Of course, if we are right now going to go higher because of this specific bullish indication right here, what is then going to be our next important price target? Very simply, let's go again with our Fibonacci retracement from our swing high back towards the swing low, and we are going to go with the most important Fibonacci ratio of them all, the golden pocket, where you can right now see it is going to come in at approximately 97 and 98,000 US dollar area. Exactly right here, Bitcoin also does have another very important liquidity level, 97,320.6 thousand US dollars, and also right now, let's zoom out on the daily time frame, measuring literally the entire upper price action with volume. What you're right now going to see, the point of control or the biggest volume cluster is coming in almost exactly at our golden pocket and also at our liquidity level at approximately 97,000 US dollars. So very simply, if we are right now going to go even higher, the next target, in my opinion, is then definitely going to be this major area of resistance. Of course, we are then still going to be paying attention to our volume indicator. Is the volume increasing or decreasing on the entire move towards the upside? But definitely always, we trade from level to level. And also remember, even though we can right now be entering an average uptrend, we are then usually looking for another buy trade, but only after we do get some kind of a pullback back towards upside. Right now, Bitcoin is only pushing towards the upside, even though we are definitely right now potentially changing the trend. So if you're not in any buying positions, you still need to right now be slightly more patient for you to then fire another long or buy trade on Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, or maybe even on some other cryptocurrencies. Right now also, let me do share with you more of a bearish indication happening on the Adler stochastic CG oscillator. Not a lot of people pay attention to this specific indicator, but in my opinion, it is actually very accurate. Look right now at this indicator on the daily time frame. Definitely right now we are being in the overbought area, and last time we were in the overbought right here, definitely Bitcoin has started getting some kind of a push back towards downside. Not only we are right now overbought on the daily, but also let's go on the weekly time frame. We are not in the overbought just yet, however, we are actually very close, which of course, if you look like that, it could also be potentially another indication why at least some kind of a local top on Bitcoin might be in, or actually very close. But the thing is, we do not have to guess. We simply right now need to wait. Are we going to get the acceptance below our value area high once again? If so, bearish indication, we are going to look for lower targets. But right now, because we are above the level, potentially Bitcoin is maybe even going to continue higher towards the area of 97,000 $87,000 US. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, definitely take an advantage of the free $8,000 US bonus without KYC and without VPN with the second link down below in the description. Because right now with BTunix, we do have actually a very special Christmas campaign right here. Only after you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. But also, every time you hit a trading volume milestone, you can unlock a brand new mystery box full of rewards, VIP cards up to VIP level 4, and also a brand new iPhone 17. So definitely take an advantage of the free bonuses using the second link down below after you register and after initial deposit. And when you're going to trade, you're going to get some beautiful rewards. Right now also, let's talk about what other people are right now doing in the market. So if we right now go with our CVD indicator, the yellow line right here, this one is showing to us if people right now are buying or selling Bitcoin. So you can right now actually see a brand new higher high is being formed on the CVD indicator, but a lower high on Bitcoin. So it simply means buying pressure is coming in the market, not able to push the price higher. So this right here, it is actually going to be some kind of a bearish Bitcoin indication. It's a bearish divergence or bearish absorption. But again, what we said before, if you're right now not in any trades, in my opinion, the best thing is to simply wait. Let's see if we actually get a sign of weakness. Let's see if Bitcoin is going to be able to get the acceptance below our value area high. If so, this is then definitely going to be our short trigger, where personally I'm going to be adding even more capital to my short trade on BTC and also going with a brand new short trade on Ethereum. But also right now, what is going to be our first very important price target in a case Bitcoin does get a bigger push towards downside? Very simply what you're right now going to see. The next important volume level is going to come in at approximately $87,400 US. And trust me, this specific level is really not a random level. Let's go right now also on the 1 week time frame, where we are right now going to see. We confirmed only a few hours ago a brand new weekly high time frame area of support exactly at $87,800 US. And this specific weekly level, it is aligning beautifully also with our biggest volume cluster of the entire bottom price action. So this specific area for Bitcoin is then definitely going to be another important level you should be paying attention to. But again, only if we are going to get a sign of weakness, the acceptance below our value area high. And also right here, what we can do, Fibonacci retracement, we are going to go from our swing low back towards our swing high, and you can right now see the golden Fibonacci ratio coming in exactly at this specific area. So we do have a beautiful support level in a case Bitcoin right now does get another push towards downside. Also right now, what if we go with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 2 week time frame? Clearly it shows us bigger liquidations are not going to be anymore above the recent highs, but actually below our recent lows. If we do get a push down, we are going to liquidate over 300 million of long trades from the entire cryptocurrency market. And the exact same thing is right now also happening when we are zooming in on the 1 week time frame. Bigger liquidations are not above the highs, but actually below our recent lows. A major liquidation cluster also coming in exactly below the recent lows, approximately at our golden Fibonacci ratio, weekly level, and also the bigger point of control. So let's right now first of all see if we are going to get a sign of weakness. If so, definitely I'm going to be adding even more capital to my short trade right here. But until we are going to do so, I do remain in my long trades on Bitcoin and also on XRP, looking for higher targets, which of course it is going to be the area of approximately $97,000 US. Also right here for Ethereum, we are right now trading at a significant area of resistance. The value area high was hit, the golden Fibonacci ratio was hit, but also we hit our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. So also for Ethereum, we are trading at a significant area of resistance, but once again, Bitcoin is leading the way. If Bitcoin does go higher, probably Ethereum is also going to follow. And that is simply right now why I'm right now still waiting to see what Bitcoin is going to do. If we do get the acceptance below the value area high, bearish indication, we can then simply look to fire not only a short trade on Bitcoin, but also a brand new short trade on Ethereum as well. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free $8,000 US bonus, no KYC and no VPN, with the second link down below, because right now we are having a Christmas special campaign. Only after you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus, but also the more you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get. And also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.